Welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the 3 Thanksgiving Day NFL games for Week 13 with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who, of course, industry veteran. Great record this year at his site. Great record in our videos, handicapping NFL all year long. Joe, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. What a weekend it's going to be, baby.
Absolutely. All right, so how did you do Monday night? Did you wind up with a winning week in the NFL last week?
No, I wound up splitting. I wound up missing the side. I did hit the total, so we went exactly 500 for the week in the NFL. We're going to do much better this week. Did have a winning week, though, overall, thanks to college football.
All right, that's great. But how are you overall in the year on your Wise Guy plays? Quote the record.
Yes, it's 32-19, I believe, is the record going back to the preseason college and pro in football combined.
There you go. All right, Green Bay at Detroit is the first game on Thursday, and this line didn't come out until Tuesday because of all the uncertainty at quarterback for Green Bay. Line's now 5.5 or 6. Detroit's a home favorite. Total's 49.5 or 50. And to my eye, there's just too many uncertainties here. It's probably going to be a pass for me. We don't exactly know who's going to start for Green Bay. Is it going to be Flynn or Tolzien? We don't know exactly what we're going to get from them. And then even on the other side, Detroit is having so many problems on offense in terms of execution, but they always have the big weapons that they do have. And if Matt Stafford suddenly had an awesome passing day, would that be a shock? Of course not. So if Detroit got a blowout win, I don't think that would surprise anyone. If Detroit was completely dysfunctional, the game went down to the wire, that probably wouldn't surprise anyone either. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
Well, most likely, I think it'll be Matt Flynn starting at quarterback, but obviously with Green Bay's backup situation very shaky, we might wind up seeing both of those quarterbacks before the day's out. I do agree with you. There is a ton of uncertainty here. Most notably, it gets back to my old predictably unpredictable theory where I say Matt Stafford, he's very high on the list of guys who look like a stud for a couple weeks and then looks like a dud for a couple more weeks. So as a general rule of thumb, the fact that Stafford is not shockingly coming off of 2 bad efforts, and we did have Tampa Bay fading him, now is usually when he's going to rebound with a good effort. But when we would like to bet on him under such circumstances if when he's placed as an underdog. In this case, not only is he a favorite, but it's higher than 3, which is the normal home field advantage. So he's not really a huge percentage play to play based on our predictably unpredictable theory here. But all in all, I'm going to have to go with Detroit because Green Bay is coming off of playing a full overtime game, hitting the road on a short week, and Eddie Lacy had a great game last week, probably his best all-around game of the year, but he touched the ball a ton. So he's a rookie. He's not used to playing this many games in a year. He might, hit that proverbial wall this week because he's playing in a short week off of a game where he touched the ball a lot. So I'm going to go with the favorite.
You know what? I think you're right. I didn't have a lot of time to research this game in depth. But, yeah, Detroit in general feels like kind of a pissed-off team right now. They were trying to have a players-only meeting, and then they were debating whether they should have it. They just seem like a team with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder right now, and they might come out and put it together. And as you said, Green Bay in a very precarious situation at quarterback, at running back. I'm actually liking it, Joe Duffy. Detroit minus 5.5. I think you got something there. Thanks.
Yeah, no, and they're minus a couple other weapons at wide receiver and tight end as well. The Packers are, so Detroit is the play.
And Detroit has Burleson back, right?
Yes, correct,
all right.
Correct.
It's settled. Detroit minus 5.5. I'm going to go bet it. Thanks, Joe Duffy.